guys, this is Fish Food from Bottom of the Map Productions, and now we're going to go to the Zora's River. Easiest way to get there is to follow the water, and you can go over the little hill, or you can go this way. I usually go this way, just because it's you don't really have to swim against the current all that much. Well, maybe you do. Just kidding. I'm usually farther downstream when I do that because, yeah, you can walk along the river like this. But just follow the river, and you literally want to go follow the river the entire way. And the river flows the opposite way you're headed, so you can't use the river the entire way, unfortunately. Alright, so when we get here, you can clearly see the owl, and so he's going to be a big pain in the ass. So as soon as you get up there, now beware, if you ever leave the area and then come back, he's going to be there again. So you definitely don't want to keep coming back through here because you can't skip any of his text. Like, I'm mashing the B button right now and nothing's happening. Basically, he's telling you, play the Melody of the Royal Family, you know, big secret, right? Because I totally didn't know that that's what you're supposed to do every time you see, you know, something important. Alright, so we're going to run into this little tree right here. Successfully. Don't fail like I just did. And then slash up Skulltulla number 22. Drop a bomb. Blow up the rocks. Alright, there's a little cuckoo here. We're going to use him in a minute. But we want to talk to this guy. Now this guy is kind of important. He's the only person in the game who sells magic beans. Now, the thing about these, they get pricey the higher you go. So like the first one is 10, the second one's 20, and 30, 40, and so on. There's 10 in total. I don't usually ever buy all of them because you don't need to in order to get everything in the game. So I'm just gonna buy as many as I can. I think I can get like 5 or 6. I'm not in the mood to do math right now because I've done like all of these videos from the end of the Dodongo's Cavern until now, all in one sitting, just because I want to get as many of them done as I can. And you know, it's probably not good for my sanity level, you know, or you know, and also makes me feel kind of lazy because I'm playing video games all day. But you know, I'm young, I'm allowed. You know, I'm in college. I don't have any classes right now, so. Alright, so I've bought as many as I can. And I could go slash some bushes and get some more, but I think 5 will be enough for now, because we're going to come back to this area later. I don't want that. Come on. Alright, once I've grabbed the cuckoo. Now you want to make sure you don't mess this part up, because if the cuckoo falls in the water, you're going to have to come back. Oh shoot, I forgot to do something. Oh damn. Oh well, I got lucky. The cuckoo actually fell on the well, on the land, so he's gonna be close enough to where I should be able to pick him back up again. What I forgot to do is I forgot to plant a bean, and hopefully he's still there. Good. Each one of these beans can be planted in one of these little patches of soil. So far, what you've seen is the patches of soil. We've seen Skulltullas. That's the only one where a Skulltulla will not appear. And before we become an adult, we're going to definitely be planting a couple of them for easier access. So kind of follow where I'm going on this, and you might lose your cuckoo during this part, so you may have to do this again. But there's a piece of heart up here, number 10. I might be able to get there. Just you have to make sure you drop the cuckoo at the right time. And I failed, but I'll go ahead and pick him up if he'll stop freaking yapping at me. And if you're... Oh, dang. I wasn't able to get it. So I'm gonna have to come back and do this again. Because I lost the chicken. Which means I have to listen to the goddamn owl again. As if my day couldn't get any worse, right? We already had a failed podcast, and then I've talked to the owl one more fucking time. And to be honest, the owl's not really that bad. I just like to complain about him because, he's the owl and nobody really likes him. But it doesn't help when you can't freaking skip his dialogue. Since I can't skip his dialogue, I'm going to go ahead and move from my chair that's nice and comfortable, and I'm going to get myself something to drink. So, give me just a second, guys. And no, I don't have a recording studio. This is my dorm room, and I've got my little mini fridge in the corner, and it was a little bit of a walk, and you guys probably heard me rooting around in there. So, sorry for the unprofessionalism there, but I'm a little thirsty. Believe it or not, fishes actually get thirsty too. Especially this one. And if you've been listening to the podcast, everybody thinks I'm a drunk, which we're just going to leave that one alone. I'm not going to reveal too much about my personal life. Alright, so when you get here, you want to press the A button. Oh, well, I should be able to still get it. Maybe. See if I can jump that far. Oh my gosh, I was able to. I think that's actually how you're supposed to get it. You just gotta hope that the chicken stays there, and he did. Pick him up. You'll need him for one more part. Now, in order to get up there, you'll have to throw the chicken, jump up, grab the chicken again before he falls in the water, you motherfucker. Oh, no, please tell me he's not... Where's he going? You've got to fucking be kidding me. I've never had that happen. Okay, so we're gonna go fucking get him again. Jeez. Today's just really not my day, I'm telling you. Hopefully you guys feel a little sorry for me. Actually, if you don't feel sorry for me, I don't care. I don't feel sorry for myself either. I'm just gonna have to suck it up. I'm getting quite a bit of money. Holy shit. I can go buy another bean. Well, hey, he's right there. Thank God. I should be okay then. And the best part is, I don't have to talk to that goddamn owl. I'm gonna go buy a bean real quick, though. Since I'm able to. And like I said, you can buy the beans at any time in any order. I'm just buying them all now because it's convenient. And, I'm actually kind of on a little bit of a time frame because I am recording. I know they'll soon be sold out. I was the one who's freaking buying them from you. I think it's like 450 rupees total you have to invest in order to get every bean. I'm not much of a math person. I don't really want to think about math right now. But I think it's 450. It might be 550. I'm not really sure, but it's quite a bit of money. But I usually never buy every single bean because I don't really see the need to. Take a little quick shortcut over here if I can make it, and I do. And like I said, you gotta make sure you get the stupid chicken before he falls in the water. Come on. There we go. Grab him, throw him up there, and do the same thing. Then go over here. And we only need him for like one more little section. That's to get another piece of heart. And hopefully I can get this all done before daytime, because there's something I need to get. And actually, you could probably just see it right there, that's Skulltulla. If not, I'll just play the sun song. Alright, if you face this way, jump down here, and that's piece of heart number 11. Navi wants to talk to me, but I don't really care about her right now. She's really annoying. She's like the most annoying thing in the entire Zelda franchise. At least Tattle in Majora's Mask just goes, a little bell. Alright, so now we're ready to go into this Zora's domain. We're going to need our Ocarina for this. Play the lullaby. Also, real quick, we can't get there just yet, but we're fixing to be able to dive deeper than we can. This is another shortcut to the Lost Woods. If you just dive down there, you can dive into the little hole. We can't do it yet because we don't have the necessary equipment. We're fixing to get it. That's like the second to next thing on our list. Go inside Zora's domain, and as you can see, there's a bunch of little fish people. They're called Zoras. First thing we're going to do, I think we have to go all the way to the top. There's somewhere where there's a lit torch, and I'm going to need my... Actually, I don't even need to go all the way. I just have to light one of them on fire, I think. This is like one of the few times you actually have to use the Din's Fire unless you want to actually go all the way to the top. I'm just going to go to right here, use Din's Fire, and light this little torch open. Light the torch. I can't even talk today. Take your Deku stick, and the first one's around the corner here. That kind of angles the camera for you. There's one there. And as soon as you light a new torch, your timer resets on your stick. So as long as you're quick going from point A to point B, you should be good. There's two. And you have to hug the wall here or else you'll fall into the water. There's three, and there's four. And you open the chest, and that's piece of heart number 12. Alright, so now we're going to go get something to allow us to dive deeper, which is going to help us with our shortcut if we need it, which I think you can use that as an adult. Yes, I believe you can. You can't use the first shortcut that we're going to use to get to Lake Hylia as an adult because everything gets frozen. Which I'm spoiling it for you, and I apologize if you're not one for spoilers. I'll try not to do it as much anymore, but talk to him. You only have to have 20 rupees for this. Fortunately, I had enough. And it's a really easy game. He drops 5 rupees, so you end up 5 rupees ahead, plus you get the silver scale. And these kind of all landed pretty decent. You get about 50 seconds, and most of the time you can get the first one before you resurface, which I did. And it's really easy. Just, go to where you think they are, dive down. And I got 2 of them with 1. So now that you've beat that, you want to go back up to the guy. Yes, all the way up there. And collect your prize. I just want you guys to know, it's like 4:15 in the morning here. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping too well. But, I figured if I can stay awake all night and stay awake all day tomorrow, I should finally be able to sleep correctly because I'm going to be so freaking exhausted. It's probably not very healthy for me either, but, I should be alright. I mean, I'm in the military. I should be at least able to handle a little sleep deprivation. It's just, I've been, staying up late. I'd go to bed at, 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I wouldn't wake up till 1 or 2, and then my day's already half wasted. Okay, so you go ahead and dive back here, and the silver scale allows you to dive for 5 seconds instead of just 3. Actually, it's 6. But you're going to dive into this little hole, and you're going to be teleported to the magical land known as Lake Hylia, which will become very important later in the game. If you swim directly forward, you will see a bottle. And I think Navy will actually say, oh, she has no idea what it is. Some help you are. But dive down, and now we have the bottle. The bottle says... Actually, I'm not going to read the bottle. It says something about, I'm inside Lord Jabu Jabu or whatever. She's, it's from the princess. Not Princess Zelda, the Zora princess. Alright, so now we're going to go do something kind of cool. This is your chance to use your creative genius and create your own song. So, talk to him, pull out your ocarina and create any 8-note song you want. I'm going to do something kind of cool. And it's kind of, it's a little bit of a spoof off of the Star Wars theme. I only could get part of it done, but it still sounds kind of cool. I messed up there, but that'll be alright. Alright, so now that the Scarecrow song has been partially collected, we have to come back later and do it to get full. So remember what you played, make sure you write it down. Alright, we're going to go to the little lakeside laboratory over here. And I need my bugs and my beans. So we're going to go ahead and drop our bugs in this little plot of earth right here. And then wait for the Skulltulla to pop out, and then we're going to plant our bean. You don't have to worry about saving the bugs this time. We're not going to need them for a little bit. Alright, we'll go ahead and plant our bean. That's Skulltulla number 24, by the way. And then we're going to head towards the center of the lake. You can kind of see the little tree. We're not quite headed there. We're actually headed towards these little 2 pillars. And I'm going to need my ocarina for this, so I'm going to go ahead and equip it. And I always put my ocarina in the same spot because it's always, it's always habit for me to press that when I need to, play something. And sometimes I'll forget I don't have it equipped, and I'll like throw a Deku nut or throw a bomb or something. But I've seen other people do it certain places. But in every guide I've ever seen, it's always on the right. And I just feel like it's more vintage. And I actually shouldn't need my ocarina now. Well, I'll need it later because I can't go fishing at night, I don't think. Maybe I can. There's a lot of stuff to remember about this game. I'm going to go ahead and just wait for it to hit dark because it'll take longer. Alright, so there's a Skulltulla right here. Just slash him twice like usual. And there you go. Now, if you look on the kind of northeastern part of the lake, you'll see this little building looking thing that's kind of built into the wall. That's where our next step is. Now, this part takes quite a bit of time. You have to be kind of patient, like real fishing. But with a little bit of technique, it's not too hard. You gotta catch a fish big enough to break the record to get the next piece of heart. And I think it has to be 8 pounds. Which is nothing compared to like the 15-pounder you need. Let's see, what's the record? It says the biggest record was 7 or 6, so we need at least a 7. I don't have a rumble pack, I know. You have to have 20 rupees, so, and you can fish as long as you want, so once you pay the 20 rupees, you're good to go. Usually I try to aim for about the center of the lake. Press B to fish. And one thing you can do, I missed the center by quite a bit. That log that you can see on the left side of the screen is where I need to be. So I'm going to go ahead and just reel it in. And you can just hold the B button, or the A button, correction, and move the control stick around to have it do a little bit of, jerking the rod around, which can help you bait the fish. Like if you move it a little bit, it can keep the fish occupied. And he lost interest, it looked like. That's okay, I'll just cast it in the same spot. I thought he was chasing it for a second. Usually it takes a few tries before the fish decides it wants in on it. Oh, he didn't even see it now. Maybe if I move just a little bit closer, I'll reach him. And you don't even have to be, as long as you're able to stand in the bottom of the water, you'll be fine. Alright, make sure you, as soon as you catch the fish, or hook the fish, you have to set the line. You press the A button and you press back. And then it's always a good idea to try to, if he's facing the right, move your control stick to the left. If he's facing to the left, control stick to the right. You have to kind of change it back and forth depending on, you know, which way the fish goes. The fish like to go back and forth. Once you get to about that sight, you should be fine. That fish is almost as big as I am. Holy shit. 10 pounds. Damn. That is the biggest fish I've ever caught as a kid, let me tell you. I don't think I've caught a fish that big in real life, which is kind of sad. I think the closest I ever got was about an 8-pounder. Speaking of fish stories, this one you probably won't ever believe, but I am a fish, so maybe maybe I know what I'm talking about. I was fishing one time with my dad. I think I was like 15 or 16. Yeah, I was definitely not old enough to drive, so maybe I was 14. And we're fishing, and I was never a big fan of catfishing. By the way, we get heart piece number 13, and we're going to head back to the Zora's Domain, so I'm going to finish my story. Oh, wait. Probably should turn my rod in. Make sure you do that or he'll yell at you. Anyways, we were fishing over the summer, and I've never been a big fan of catfishing because it's just sitting around and waiting, which that's the military for you in case you ever decide to join the United States military. They like to make you wait around for stuff. Anyways, so I decided to rig up my lure to go fly fishing. And a friend of my dad's had taught me to put two lures on the line. You just put them about 1.5 feet apart or so, just depending. You know, he taught me how to do that. So I'm fishing for a little bit, and I get a bite. And with fly fishing, actually it's not really true fly fishing. It's lure fishing. Fly fishing uses, it's where you put it in and you jerk it out. Basically, it's the same kind of fishing Link was just doing. By the way, you're going to catch a fish when you get here, and then you're going to go deliver the letter in a bottle to the Fish King. Just follow where I'm going. It's close to where you did the diving game. Well, anyways, I get a bite, and I feel like this fish is kind of big. So, I'm reeling it in. My dad's getting the net ready, and I pull it out. And I got two about 6 or 7 inch crappie, one on each line. And I know it sounds like an unbelievable fish story, but it's I promise you it's 100% true. I still to this day consider that my greatest fishing adventure ever. And there was a time when me and a couple of friends, we caught fish that weighed about, I think they said, I want to say 35 pounds, but that sounds like way too big. It was probably around 15 or so. But it was a pretty big, decent sized catfish. But it took 3 of us to reel him in because we were all using one of those little big deep sea fishing poles. I would say it was about 2 foot long though. But because I got 2 fish at once by myself, I consider that my greatest fish story. Even though it's not a story, it's actual stuff that really happened. Now this guy's gonna take forever and a day to move the fuck over. So, if you want to go grab yourself some pizza, go grab yourself something cool. Order pizza and wait for it to be delivered. It'll be here before he gets done. But in all seriousness, he does take a long-ass time to move over, and there's no way to skip this cutscene. You can't skip any cutscenes in any Zelda games. So once he's moved out of the way, you can head past him, and now if you need anything like fairies or anything, which I usually don't, I still have one already, you'll find a couple in the dungeon. You're going to head into the, I believe this is Zora's Fountain, yes. And I had you grab a fish earlier, because you're going to need one to get inside the dungeon. And if you guys are, Christian people, you know the story of Jonah and the whale. Well, this one's similar, except for Link wants to be inside the big fish. So you drop the fish, and, hey, wait, that's my cousin. No. I just fed my cousin to a giant fish. But it's okay, Link's gonna get sucked in with it. That word Jabu Jabu really can suck. Well, anyways, that's the end of this video. The next step is going to be completing the dungeon known as Jabu Jabu. I will pick it up when we get back. My name is Fish Food, and this has been a Bottom of the Map production.